Islam, I know you have some questions for me, so hit me.
Yes,
Islam,
I first asked you these questions when I first attended here.
I'm sure you did.
You know, I just need to recap. A lot of people know, but they don't know. I'm just put it in a different format. What is the Amexem Empire, and what benefits has it done for you and the family as a whole?
The Mexican Empire National Family is a collection of souls that have come together to take care of diplomacy and governance on our own terms. In a manner that's humble but dignified, always firm. That would be the ultra short answer that you know would require me to go into several hours of discussion to fill in the blanks on. But in short, a collection of souls have come together to provide for our offspring and all of our posterity and all of our kith and kindred within our sphere of influence a viable option unto the mess they're looking at from other uh, spheres of influence. So for that portion, I'll go with that for now. And if you have a follow up, I think I'll be able to address those. In terms of the other portion of your question, though, when you deal with various personalities, when you deal with having to address a wide variety of issues through the 12 departments and 39 sub-departments that comprise the Mexican Empire Imperial Government, when you do things to master as much material as you possibly are able to provide the best uh, diplomacy and government you're able to provide, and you do all that despite the sleep deprivation and everything else, the stress, the drama, the confusion, the travel, and the sacrifice that's made to make sure that our offspring have something solid supporting what they're doing towards their aspirations on their own terms, under their own aegis and auspices. Um, it causes you to learn a lot about where you are in spirit. It causes you to look in the mirror and ask the hard questions on a regular basis about where are you in this equation and why have you chosen to take that position? What do you do to support providing for the greater good? What do you do to uplift those who are looking for guidance, direction, and support? What do you do that is of substance, that's relevant to expand our socioeconomic infrastructure on our own terms? What do you do to expand a more centered center of gravity or a more centered paradigm? What do you do to make that increasingly more relevant in the lives of our folks? When you begin to ask yourself these questions on a regular basis, you will come to find out who you really and truly are and how far you are really truly prepared to go. And that will define the character that is you. That will also define that which you stand for. And either you're going to make a positive mark or you're not. You're either going to um, put in the actual work that truly does show forth resolve, but also shows forth um, something that is solid, that is viable, that your offspring will look at you and say, I honor my parents because of the efforts that they do and the examples that they have set. When you bring these things to the table en masse, you have done your duty. But you got to do that every day that you're on this plane of existence. And that's what I have learned. And so that's the best way I know how to answer your first two questions. And I'm sure you're going to have several. So we, you can ask me one more for now, and we'll come back to the other ones later. How about that?
Yes,
Islam.
one more question.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have somebody in the Amexem Empire that you never thought that you well, do you have somebody in the Amexem Empire that you never thought that would be here, but due to the fact that they're here, they have been a success?
That would be about 95% of the folks that's in the Mexican Empire jurisdiction. Look, to come into this house is not easy. To stay is even harder. That's why folks don't beat their way over here. They don't beat a path over here. There's not a long line of folks beating our doors down to get in here. Because a lot of folks realize we don't play at what we do. A lot of folks know who we are. They know what we do and why we do it. And a lot of folks are not ready for what we do and how we proceed. And a lot of folks don't want to come to that particular mindset. A lot of folks have obfuscation on the brain, and a lot of folks drink too much hateration juice, and a lot of other folks are just apathetic to a wide variety of things. They won't move until there's a boot on their throat. I can't speak for them, but those who come into this venue and stay, they get my utmost respect because what they're saying by being here is that they are on their post. Now, I'm not saying that because they're in the Mexican Empire. I don't care what house of Moors you go to that's actually doing some real work of substance. If that's where you are, it's where you are. And but those who come into this venue, I appreciate their presence, and all of our posterity appreciates their presence because they do a serious work. And we don't have to worry about particular things. We don't have to go outside of ourselves to do particular things. We have innovation right here. So we improvise, we adapt, we overcome. We improvise, we adapt, we overcome, we maintain, we improve, we expand, we maintain, we improve, and we expand. It is what it is. So that's the best way I know how to answer that question, and I do thank you for it. Welcome back. It's been a little bit. We appreciate your presence. And as always, till we do gather once more, keep doing what you do because the iron really does sharpen the iron. So with that, I say peace and love and smile.